There's an effort inside of the DNC to ban dark money in primary elections. But right now, the DNC has very effectively blocked that. They're not even allowing a vote on the resolution to accomplish that, to actually go forward. This is just yesterday, by the way. They refused to allow a vote on a resolution aimed at banning dark money from the party's primary process, a decision that sparked outrage from progressive DNC members and others who backed the proposal. So this was led by Nevada Democratic Party Chief Judith Whitmer. The resolution would have prohibited dark money funding, quote, during any and all Democratic primary elections and established procedures for the investigation of dark money use by candidate committees, as well as possible disciplinary action. I would like to see more than just possible disciplinary action if you want it to be something that is effectively banned. But shortly before refusing to allow a vote on the ban, the Resolutions Committee approved a separate measure that, quote, condemns the use of dark money that runs contrary to the values and principles of donors. Which maybe I'm missing something, but I feel like that wording is almost telling. It's not even that it's condemning the use of dark money that runs contrary to the values of the party or their constituents or America or the Constitution. They still centered it on the values and principles of donors, which is the entire problem. But the idea that they're going to throw out this condemnation that has no enforcement, it's not going to ban anyone from using it, implying that it can distort the process, it can corrupt things, but they're not going to do anything to actually ban it. I mean, that's really admitting like one of the core problems of the Democratic Party right there.
Yeah. So look, typical Democratic stuff. So when I tell you that most of the Democratic establishment is corrupt, this is why. So, people in mainstream media, they don't like facts. It makes them uncomfortable because then that implicates their powerful friends who they're trying to protect for a living. So when I point out, yeah, well, when you take $1 million from an industry, you might be influenced by that. They're like, that is outrageous, right? So, and I say, okay, well, you think it's outrageous, but over 90% of Americans think it's obvious. So then we say, okay, then ban the dark money, and the dark money is the corrupting influence. They say, yeah, okay, dark money is corrupting influence. Got it, absolutely, sure. Lip service, right? And then you say, okay, well, then the DNC should ban the dark money. They're like, how dare you? But wait, do you mean it or don't you mean it? And by the way, notice this is a very important part of the story. They didn't even allow a vote because a vote is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. That's why the Young Turks audience had to successfully fight for a vote on $15 minimum wage. They weren't even going to have one until you guys stepped in. And look, we never get the credit because mainstream media doesn't want progressives to win, right? It doesn't care about progressives, despises progressives, wouldn't give progressives credit if its life depended on it. But you guys did that. You forced a vote. And what happened? It embarrassed 8 Democrats who wound up voting against it, including Biden's top allies, right? That's why they don't want votes. So at the DNC, should they have at least voted to see who's in favor of corruption and who's against it? Of course they should have voted on that. And that's why they didn't vote, because they don't want you to find out who's in favor of corruption, because the answer is at least 90% of the party.
Yeah, and the 90% of the party that is for the corruption loves the effect that corruption has had in this primary season. We've done primary coverage of pretty much every night. In fact, we're going to be doing coverage next Tuesday, by the way. You can tune in live, and it'll be Jank and myself and Emma Vigland. But think about the millions of dollars that have been used to sink multiple progressive candidates and challengers. The money has just come in at the last minute, much of it right-wing money, literal Republican billionaire money being used to manipulate the outcome of a Democratic primary. If you're a centrist Democrat looking at this, you love the effect that dark money has had because your side is always going to have more of it because you're the corporate part of the party. So yeah, I don't know how they force that vote and force a ban, but this is super important to make sure that future primaries aren't as manipulated as this one clearly was.
Yeah. So look, 2 more things on this. First of all, John's right. This isn't just, hey, I need the dark money to run against Republicans. It's much more so, hey, I need the dark money to run against progressives in the primaries. Otherwise, most of the seats we're in are super comfortable blue seats. Not worried about the Republican. I'm worried about the progressive who actually wants to get things done. My donors don't want to get anything done. So I need that donor money to kill off the progressives who are actual Democrats. So there's no way they're going to vote on that bill because the DNC is the heart of darkness. It's the heart of the corruption. And they need that corruption against us, progressives who actually believe in the Democratic agenda. So that's why it was a fait accompli. Look, the progressives that fought for it are amazing, including our own Nina Turner. She's got a show coming out in October for us called Unbossed. You should check that out. YouTube.com/unbossedTYT. She was all over this. She fought super hard for it. But our best shot was Keith Ellison beating Tom Perez. They did every dirty trick in the book. They brought in the wrestler nicknamed the Establishment. That's Barack Obama. And he helped Perez push it over the top. And since then, the forces of corruption have ruled the DNC. They've always ruled the DNC. But that was our best chance to get the castle. We couldn't. And so none of this is surprising. The people who run the DNC love bribery and corruption and use it against us. But the last thing I can tell you is there is hope, okay? We will eventually get dark money out of politics. You know how? When there's enough either of you guys pulling your money together or rich progressives that give to Rebellion PAC. Like either you guys give to rebellionpac.com in enough numbers or the rich progressives do or some combination. Why? So Rebellion PAC's the PAC I started. You give me, however much money, right? But you need real money. Let's make up a number. I don't need you to give it to me right now. I'm just telling you what we would do with that money. Let's say we had what a normal PAC has. And no, this is tiny for a normal PAC, $20 million, okay? I would batter conservative and corporate Democrats with that 20 million. If we had $200 million in Rebellion PAC, I'll give you the world. I'll give you democracy back. You know why? Because we would pound the corporate Democrats into oblivion with our money. And then they go, no. I don't know where the money's going into for Rebellion PAC. I don't know where it's coming from. We can't have this money. We can't have this money. And then all of a sudden, it would pass overnight. Okay? Let's use our money to defeat their money.